Good. Chop it up with y'all real quick. So I had I want to talk to the ladies real quick. Um, Regarding just their journey, you know, their path, where they're headed. Um, Especially, along that way when you meet certain guys or you get into certain relationships, and sometimes things don't pan out the way you would like them to. And this is especially for the ladies that have been in certain relationships where they've definitely held it down. They held it down, and they're the ones who got done wrong. And even the ones who got done wrong, who try to, you know, keep the relationship intact. One thing I wanna tell y'all is, even though you it may have been some traumatic experiences, or a big heartbreak, and your life has changed, and even in some cases a big setback for you, and a lot of times it could be years at a time with that. But if you went into that relationship with a really good heart and a really good space in your life, continue to try to get back to that space no matter what. Keep striving for that space again. You know what I mean? Because that's where you should have been headed. You definitely were headed in the right, in my opinion, in the right direction. Try your best to not backtrack. And obviously this stuff is not easy. It's not an overnight type thing. We're human, right? So you are going to, some cases, take some steps back. But keep focusing on where you were headed before, to the best of your abilities, of course, because that's who you are. That's your authenticity. And relationships and life in general sometimes can really, really jade us and make it difficult for us to be, especially for women, for a woman to be who she needs to be to her man, if that's what you so desire. That's not what obviously all women desire, of course. But just even wanting to be in a particular space with a person, having a certain level of companionship as well, understandably so. But try to stay true to who you are. Because once you get back to that healing space, allowing a person to basically change you, or even better yet, you reverting back to someone that you never were. Or if that was who you were, but you got better from that when you met them, like I mentioned, try to get back to that space. Because women like you, from my own personal experiences, because I've been that guy that has, whether I lack maturity, or I lack wisdom, or I lack certain things, and I wasn't able to really water that relationship the way it needed to be watered, or nurtured. I've been that guy that definitely has lost some phenomenal women in my life. You know what I mean? So because women like you, very, very hard to find. Very hard to find nowadays. So I definitely I'm very hopeful you know, especially for women like you to be able to get back to that space. Um, Continue to obviously pour into yourself, and if a man does see your worth, see your value, and you happen to come across somebody organically, and with that particular situation, it becomes a man who does have the wisdom, does have the maturity, does have the insight to know he found something good. You know, you would have met somebody, you know, that is obviously going to take great care of you, like the last one should have, or that guy that should have. Um, and I would hope that he would have an even greater woman in his quote unquote possession, you know, so, or in his life, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there for the ladies for sure, you know. So you know, keep going, keep growing, keep healing, keep loving yourself, you know, and keep your discernment in the forefront as well. So yeah, definitely, you know, peace, love, and blessings to y'all. I'm gonna holla at y'all and make sure y'all enjoy yourselves. All right.